and welcome to my channel. I'm Fallon, if you don't already know that, and I am currently in the beautiful garden route, staying with some friends. Yeah, there's a beautiful forest behind me. I am feeling really good today. Today I'm going to be talking about what am I going to do to keep fit while traveling. Okay, so I feel like I've had a really slow start to the year. Starting strong in February with my goals and my resolutions. Today I'm going to be discussing and hopefully helping other people who are struggling with, keeping fit while they're on holiday, but also they're on a tight budget and they want to be joining an expensive gym and don't want to be doing really expensive activities, to keep fit. So today is how I'm going to be helping you and telling you about how I'm going to be just feeling a bit more confident about myself. Okay, so why this is important to me is I need to feel strong in my body, feel like I can do things. I want to feel energized and I want to feel confident in myself. Exercise really helps with, getting out of the comfort zone, and that's kind of what helps me feel more confident is exercising, and it doesn't have to be boring. And yeah, I'm going to talk today about that and what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 months. Okay, and this is what I'm promising myself and promising you that I will be doing. Okay, the first thing I ask myself is what would be easy to do while I'm traveling, and what do I enjoy doing? And I think the first thing that came to mind was hiking. Okay, I love hiking and I love it because it's something that me and my partner can do together, okay, and it's quite difficult, okay, so I find that hiking can be extremely fulfilling because it's so difficult sometimes, especially long, multi-day hikes, and I feel like it allows me to explore the area, see the different sites, see what's growing in the area, seeing the town. So hiking is great, and I see it burns a lot of calories. According to my watch, I see myself burn the most amount of calories, easily 400, 500 calories, pretty easy. And yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I like it. I also feel there's a sense of connection with hiking because I can kind of invite friends to come and hike with me, and then we can suffer together, and see beautiful things together. And I feel like I can connect with nature and the people around me in a different way, not just going out to eat and we share this common interest. And yeah, I feel the more hikes I can do, the better. And I feel it also kind of I think I've mentioned this before, but it helps with mental toughness. Hi, welcome to the second hike of the day. We are currently at the Doop Nature Reserve. It's at the start of the Whale Trail on the southern tip of South Africa. It's a beautiful hike. It's called we're doing the Klipspringer Trail, and there's vultures on this hike. But look at these beautiful views. But it is not easy, and it is hot, and it is uphill. Have a look. Okay, I just wanted to insert a little story, a little hiking story for mental toughness. So I hiked the highest peak in South Africa, and it was a 4-day hike, and I'd never done anything like that before, and it was very intense, and there were a lot of experienced hikers. I think I was actually the most inexperienced of the group, and I had so many blisters. When I got to the peak, my new shoes that I had bought literally fell apart, and luckily someone on the hike had to tape it down for me. And then there was another day where it was just such an uphill and I was all by myself, and I was how am I going to get to the top? It felt impossible. I think I had a little cry. I felt so alone, oh my soul. And but I made it on the way down. I made it. What can go wrong now? On the way down, because my shoes were the wrong size. So when you're hiking, you have to actually go a shoe size up. This is how I learned that. Because when you go down, your shoe just hits it. Your toe hits the shoe constantly because you're going down, right? So the shoe just attacks your big toe, if that is your longest toe. For me, my big toe is my longest toe. So yeah, and then it was so sore. I had to take so many painkillers on the way down. When I got down, I was oh, lekker. I made the hike. I made it. I conquered it. A week later, my toenails fell off. So hiking can be intense. It can be, but I think I got so much confidence from that hike. I could not believe that I did something like that. I never thought I would be someone who could do something like that, you know. Like I watch and I hear other stories about these amazing people who get through so much, and then like I ended up being one of them. Like it was not intentional, but I totally wanted to enjoy this hike a lot more. I think it was so cool that I can tell that story now, and I can look back at myself and thank myself for putting myself in such a difficult situation so that I was able to learn how strong I can be. Yeah, that's just another reason why I love hiking so much. At least doing 1 or 2 hikes a week. I think that will probably be my primary way of staying fit and like getting my cardio up. Yeah, and then, okay, so the next thing that I am going to be doing is running. So I also enjoy running. I mean, I enjoy it a bit less than hiking because it's a bit intense, especially if I'm hiking with like my husband who's faster, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure on it. But I take running pretty slowly, like 5 kilometers through 4 kilometers, especially if I'm doing like a trail run. And I find I also burn through calories very easily. And the reasons why I like running are very similar to hiking, in that I get to see the place. I also love running into a town, you know, and it's really cheap. You just put on your tackies, you know, and you just go. I'm running. Okay, so I'm actually doing like a forest trail. So it's kind of like hiking, but I'm actually just running the parts I can run, and it's really nice. I'm currently doing one in the garden route in South Africa in the wilderness, and it's a 4K run. Not too hectic, but yeah, it's amazing, and it's also like an easy way for me to like see the area, which I really like. Running! I love it. I mean, obviously it can be a bit tough on my joints, but I've actually gone to see a biokineticist about that, and you know, how to run properly. So I think before you start running, like just try and fix your form, use your glute muscles, don't put everything on your knees. You know, it can be a bit strenuous, but luckily I've learned how to do it, and there's definitely a way to run that does not impact your joints as badly, and I'm lucky to have learned that way. But yeah, we can discuss that another time. I think it's also like quite easy to like set a goal for myself. So on my watch it tracks VO2 max, and for example I like set I want to have a VO2 max of 45 or 46, and I'm like, okay, I'm working towards something, you know, and that is quite awesome. It's also really good for cardiovascular training, but I find that you know, I love doing cardio and it's easy for me to do cardio, but someone saw me. It doesn't strengthen all the muscle groups, and that's like one of the issues I'm having. And so another thing that I feel like I need to do is weight training, or like some sort of Pilates or some random video on YouTube, just so that I can I work more muscle groups, because the other two that I just discussed were, you know, it's legs. Like I'm not doing anything on my arms when I'm running. Like unless maybe I get those like weights while I run, that could be a good idea actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, I feel like I see more like aesthetic results from picking up some weights. You know, I feel like my arms get a bit nice and toned, which is a plus and can help with my body image issues. Having a strong core really helps me with hiking. If I have to carry a heavy bag, I feel more stable. It helps with balance. Working with my body, and even though it's boring, it's not fun. I don't find it that fun to like pick up some weights, especially while traveling. I don't actually have weights, so I have to do body weight training. So I feel like I have to put more reps in, and it can be a bit awkward if you're like in a public place and you got to put your mat out and you got to like do some crunches and people can see you. Okay, so today, on a day like this, where we're not hiking, so I'm gonna be doing like follow along videos that are free, just to tone out my arms a bit. It's the middle of the day and it's not convenient in any way, but I've been procrastinating on this workout the whole day, so I'm gonna do it now. I'm just gonna follow like a simple Chloe Ting workout that you can just find on the internet anywhere, and I'm just gonna be working out on my arms mostly, because like hiking doesn't cover that. So cool, enjoy. Find it a bit more difficult, and there's a lot more resistance to doing that. Like just putting on shoes and people seeing you running, like that's more like, I feel like socially acceptable. But maybe this is just all in my head. Please someone tell me, am I the only one feeling weird when I take my mat out and want to do yoga? I really want to focus more on yoga and doing strong core exercises. Okay, and then another way that I'm going to be keeping fit is with other activities. Okay, so something that can be fun, I think, is climbing. I mean, I'm not like a huge climber, but I think I'm going to be getting into that because it's not that expensive to like just go to a climbing gym. Or canoeing, you know, renting a boat and just going for like an hour or two. It can also be so fun to like go down a river if you've got a river nearby. And doing it with someone as well. I recently did it and I really enjoyed it, and my arms were so sore. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best canoeer, but I really enjoyed it and my spirit was there. Okay, that's all I want to say. And yeah, sometimes accidents also happen, and yeah, it's not always the easiest thing and it's not the most glamorous, but I think just trying, you know, to get your movement in, trying, I think your body will thank you. My body will definitely thank me, and I think I'll also try to like be a bit more active, get my steps in, not like a large amount, but I think an average about 8,000 steps a day, you know, just to not feel like I'm just sitting all the time. I feel like walking helps me like get my energy back, and there are just so many benefits to moving around, and yeah, I really want to get back into that. Awesome. Anyway, I hope that this video really helped you to feel like you're not alone. Like, it's so hard. I've not exercised properly for like two months basically at this point, and I'm starting to feel weak in certain areas. Even though like I do hike and I do run, it doesn't feel like it's enough, which is strange because they're quite intense, you know, ways of exercising. But yeah, I feel like I'm still finding my way, and I hope that we can do this together. So, woohoo! Yay to exercise!